Philosophy, education, personal development. The philosophy of Stoicism, at its core, presents a framework for personal resilience and tranquility that bears a striking resemblance to the foundational principles of modern military strategic thought, particularly in the realm of psychological operations and strategic command. When we examine the Stoic concept of focusing only on what is within our control, judgments, our impulses, our desires, and our aversions, we find a direct parallel to the military doctrine of defining and securing one's own sphere of influence before engaging external threats. A commander in the field cannot control the weather, the terrain's inherent difficulties, or the enemy's initial disposition. These are external factors, the indifference of the battlefield. To expend emotional and mental energy lamenting a sudden storm or a well-fortified enemy position is not only futile, but strategically suicidal. It drains cognitive resources that are desperately needed for effective decision-making. Instead, the disciplined commander, much like the practicing Stoic, accepts these realities as the unchangeable parameters of the operational environment. Their focus shifts inward to the elements they can command, the readiness and morale of their troops, the soundness of their logistical chain, the clarity of their orders, and the contingency plans they have developed. This is the Stoics' inner citadel, the command post from which all effective action originates. Sun Tzu's Art of War echoes this sentiment profoundly. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. The Stoic reframes this as knowing the nature of the world and knowing the nature of your own mind. By understanding that external events are inherently neutral and only our perception gives them power, a leader can maintain a state of apatheia or equanimity under immense pressure. This is not a state of emotionless apathy, but one of clear-minded calm, allowing for rational analysis and decisive action, free from the distortions of fear, anger, or despair. This mental fortitude is the single most critical asset for any leader, whether on the battlefield or in the boardroom. The practice of premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils, is another direct link. Military planners spend countless hours wargaming worst-case scenarios, supply lines cut, flanks collapsing, communications jammed. The purpose is not to wallow in pessimism, but to mentally inoculate oneself against the shock and panic of catastrophic events. By contemplating potential disasters in a controlled, analytical environment, a commander can develop responses and build psychological resilience. When the crisis actually occurs, it is no longer an unforeseen catastrophe, but a pre-rehearsed contingency. It has been stripped of its power to terrorize virtue, regardless of the circumstances they face. This is the strategic imperative of Stoic philosophy. The essence of Stoic mastery, particularly the concept of the dichotomy of control, can be understood as the ultimate form of strategic resource management, mirroring the military principle of conservation of force. In warfare, a commander's most valuable and finite resources are not just ammunition and fuel, but also the cognitive energy, morale and focus of their soldiers and, most importantly, themselves. Every moment spent worrying about uncontrollable variables, the enemy's intentions, the political climate back home, the chance of a freak accident is a moment of wasted strategic energy. It is a diversion of precious cognitive assets away from the critical tasks of planning, leading, and executing the mission at hand. The Stoic practitioner, therefore, operates with the ruthless efficiency of a special forces operator, triaging every stimulus and every thought. They constantly ask, "Is this within my control?" If the answer is no, the thought is immediately discarded, not through emotional suppression, but through a rational understanding of its futility. This mental discipline is akin to maintaining strict fire discipline on the battlefield. One does not expend ammunition on targets that are out of range or have no tactical value. Similarly, one does not expend mental and emotional energy on problems that cannot be solved or events that cannot be changed. This conserved energy can then be concentrated and applied with overwhelming force to the areas where it can have a decisive impact. One's own actions, judgments, and responses. This is the application of what military strategists call the main effort, or Schwerpunkt, by identifying the critical point, the hinge, upon which success or failure turns. A commander can focus their power to achieve a breakthrough. For the Stoic, this critical point is always internal. The mastery lies in realizing that the only battlefield where victory is guaranteed is the one within our own mind. Consider the Stoic role models like Marcus Aurelius, an emperor commanding armies at the frontiers of a vast empire, constantly beset by war, plague, and political intrigue. His meditations are not the writings of a detached philosopher in an ivory tower. They are the field notes of a commander-in-chief applying these principles under the most extreme pressure imaginable. His ability to govern effectively and maintain his own sanity was a direct result of his Stoic practice. He operated like a master strategist, marshalling his psychological resources, focusing his efforts on his duties and responsibilities, the things he could control, and accepting the chaotic and unpredictable nature of the world with unwavering composure. This mastery allows an individual to function at peak performance, unburdened by the psychological weight of anxiety and frustration. Like water flowing around itself and understands where its true power lies.